Hello everybody, my name is Shelly, sometimes known as Shelly Tsunami. Today we are looking at this Bubble Nebula Changeable from UCanBe. It supposedly is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Retrograde palette. And I am not here to speak on if it is, because I don't have the Huda Beauty palette. Sorry. But I am going to look at this and see if I can come up with 3 different looks. I think with the color story here, I'm not feeling a work look come out of today's video, which is totally fine. This isn't one of those where I would naturally look at it and go, oh yeah, this is going to be an everyday palette. This is a play palette. And so I wanted to see what can I come up with. And can I come up with something that a woman of a certain age would leave the house in? Can I come up with something a woman of a certain age would wear while wearing glasses? Sorry for the glare. Okay, if this interests you guys at all, please continue watching, and before you go, please subscribe. I've never dipped into this Bubble Nebula Changeable palette from UCanBe Makeup. I understand it is a very good dupe for the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. And I have swatched it, but I haven't actually applied any of it. That's what it looks like. She's a little intimidating. So these are a lot of colors. There's a lot of colors to put on a glasses day, because I think glasses, I usually tend to keep things very, very neutral, very muted, you know, because I don't want to weigh down my already small eyes and my dark glass frames and just have everything look really dark. I'm going to do what I normally do, which is play some music, speed things up a little bit. I feel like I've got a little bit of like unicorn dream kind of going on, which I think is probably the point of the whole Mercury retrograde, is gonna be kind of spacey. The mascara helped define my eyes, as it usually does. The eyeliner that I used is this Ulta Beauty Gel Eyeliner in the color Storm. I think that tied in with this kind of blue purpley sort of look, I think, pretty well. I'm going to tell you a couple things about this palette. Number one, I was very intimidated by it initially. Number two, that girl Shay did live swatches of this palette, and I thought it was so beautiful the way she did it. So I was excited to do it. And originally my thought was, well, I'm going to do like just a very neutral transition shade, and then I'm going to do an all over color. And the more I looked at this palette, the more I'm like, I want to mix and match and blend and use more colors than just one or two. Like, they're super creamy formula, creamy and kind of blends out without actually being a real cream. Here's my problem with it. When you dip a brush into it, it's just a chunky mess. Like, it's impossible. I'm going to try here. I'm just going to dip into one of these and try to get some color up. And that's what it does. I don't know. Can you see that? The foils in here, the shimmers, the whatever you want to call those colors are just kind of chunky monkey. This is like 1986. I think it's pretty. I think it's fine for a fun look. And when I wear them with glasses, you know what? I think the glasses help. We're going to take this off. Not just the glasses. We're gonna take this off and I'm gonna dip into a few more colors. I'm gonna see what else I can come up with because this is fun. We're playing. I mean, we're not going anywhere right now and this is the time to play. You just never know what you're gonna come up with. Okay, you guys, so what I'm gonna do is take a little of this Fenty Beauty, what is this? Pro Filter Mini Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I'm gonna use a little bit of this to sort of set my eyelids. think I pulled it together, But I'm telling you right now, these colors were so patchy. These, sorry, it doesn't want to fold all the way back. These purples down here, these ones did not blend as smoothly as I would have hoped. The shimmers, they're just chunky. I mean, look at that. I don't know if this is like a less is more thing that I need to deal with or what, but I think it's fine for date night without glasses on, but I think when I put glasses on, it's just too dark. I think by the time I got all the shimmers on and stuff like that and just kind of covered over the patchiness, it actually turned out, like, I think it's okay. Like, I think I did a pretty good job. But it took a lot of work. For me, if I'm thinking of, is this a palette that I can quickly put together a fun look? This is not, for me, a quick palette. This is you gotta sit down and you gotta have some time, and if you work and work and work, maybe you can come up with something. There's a few colors in here I haven't used yet, so we're gonna try those out. Be right back. Set my eyelids with a little of the P. Louise base. I'm gonna go in with a color that on the Huda Beauty was very well received as sort of an all over lid color. I'm gonna start with that. Maybe it's because it's a little bit more in my comfort zone. This is more along the lines of something that I've done, maybe even done recently. I don't really care for it with glasses on. I think especially once I put, again, my fault. I went over my lower lash line with this Ulta Beauty Rule of Plum, which I normally love, and I love it on my top lash line, but I think once I put it on the bottom, while I think it brought the whole look together, with the glasses it's just too heavy. It ends up being a smoky look, and I would absolutely wear this on a date night, and I might even wear it on a date night with glasses. Real talk, that's not the look I thought I was going with here. I thought I would go in with this shade down here, which doesn't have a name on this particular palette. Based on the review that I saw before, I thought this shade would be a good all over lid. And it ended up just as chunky and just as patchy and just as hard to blend out, hard to deposit, hard to blend as the other shimmery, foily, metallic-y shades that are in here. I do believe that the P. Louise base was a good call before putting that down there. And I think using an ultra fine, one of these brushes, this is a Morphe M429, I think this to just tap on this burgundy shade made it apply much easier. I don't know if it was a problem, and it was a factor of the base, the factor of the brush, or the factor of how I was layering it on the metallic already. Whatever the case may be, this looks significantly better. So much so that I'm going to set it down and we'll leave it on for the rest of the day. I may on occasion dip into, but this is not a go-to palette for me. That being said, you guys know I'm not a makeup artist. I am not sponsored, affiliated in any way, shape or form supported. I'm not even monetized yet. With that being said, we're going to try a different palette next video. And we're going to come up with, you know, 3 looks that maybe a lady of a certain age can pull off, sometimes with glasses, sometimes without, sometimes for work, sometimes just for fun. You know what? It's just makeup. At the end of the day, it just washes off. So with that being said, please subscribe. Please share any of my videos if you would like. Maybe not this one because I don't know that I did very well, but share any of my videos with your friends. I would really love to build up my subscriber base. I guarantee I will read any comments you put down there below. So if you have any thoughts on content, background, lighting, camera settings, things that you want to see. Do you like the 3 looks with 1 palette? Do you like makeup with glasses more than makeup with not? All right, you guys. I bought this at the end of December on Amazon, and it was $10.99. Do I think it's worth $10.99? Yeah. I think the colors are fun. I think the quality is not... When I think of other palettes for the same price range, I think of ColourPop. This doesn't compete with ColourPop. I think of Makeup Revolution. Doesn't compete with Makeup Revolution. It doesn't compete with Color Cosmetics. But if you are on a budget and you're looking for one go-to palette, this isn't it. You should know that by looking at it. This is not it. Is it good to add to a collection if you want to play? Yeah, absolutely. If your collection needs adding to, by all means play with it. This is one of those palettes where you got to sit down and be creative. You got to have time to do that. And not everybody has time to sit and be creative and play. If you do, it's a fun palette to play with. Okay, you guys, that's enough for now. Please subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.